It's always fun to make some Xbox predictions for the year and then revisit them, which, like an idiot, I did not write down who kindly tallied them. I'll have to give him credit on next week's show. So,
oh, this is from last year?
This is last year's. Let me recap it real quick.
Embarrassing.
Mitch said, and we score them. Mitch got a point. Destin, 2.5 points. He was our victor for predictions last year. Marty, a point, and me only half a point because my predictions almost always come true. Do not come true, except I correctly predicted the Oculus Rift price, which I'm really sad to have been right about. Anyway.
So half a point is like you got it kind of right?
Like half credit, kind of right.
That's fine.
So
like
Mitch, you'd predicted that the Xbox would have a very nostalgic year in 2015 with release of a new Battletoads game, a new Viva Pinata, and the Gears of War Marcus Phoenix collection. He better have given you half a point for the Gears of War thing.
Well, what about Rare Replay? That's nostalgic.
Well,
it's not.
And then you
And
also
Battletoads in it.
I said new.
You said new.
You also said in 2015 Halo 5 will be announced for Windows 10. No.
Still gonna happen. That's my 2016 predictions.
Riot Games will announce a new game in 2015 that will release on Xbox One. Well, they did announce what the heck's it called?
Did Riot announce anything?
No, sorry, I'm thinking of Hi-Res. Never mind. So he gave you a point for the nostalgic with Gears of War Ultimate. We'll get stick with that. Destin got more points for being super generic.
This is awful.
This is totally awful. I'm banning this for this year if anybody tries it. Microsoft will announce a new AAA IP in 2015.
Good one, dude.
Recore and Sea of Thieves.
I give you 0 points for creativity.
Smite will be a huge success on Xbox One. Another, how do you define success? Thanks a lot, Destin. Titanfall 2 will be teased. It was teased, but not actually formally announced, so he gets credit for that. But he was given 2.5 points for this. Fine.
At least take away one of those points.
All right, he still wins because he got 1.5 points.
I grant that he still wins. I would just feel better about it if it was 1.5.
Yeah, fair enough. Marty said Microsoft will announce a Gears of War Marcus Phoenix collection, and it'll be released this year. Yes.
Same as me.
Marcus, the Gears 1.
Ultimate Edition.
Microsoft will announce... Marty must have been drunk this day.
No doubt.
Microsoft will announce that Rare is working on a Sonic the Hedgehog game exclusively for Xbox One.
Awesome.
Nice try.
You're just saying it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That one right, that would have been worth like 5 points.
It would have. Now, this one was a little more realistic. It didn't come true, but he also predicted that Ubisoft's big E3 2015 reveal would be a new Prince of Persia.
He and I have been waiting for that
We
every
did not
year.
get that Prince of Persia game. Marty got a point. And then I did really badly. I said...
Was that a 2016?
I think that'll never happen.
Prince of Persia?
I think AC has totally replaced it.
I agree with Mitch. Okay. So I predicted that a new Battletoads would be announced in 2015 as a downloadable digital title. Nope.
We talk about Battletoads on the show a lot because
Phil
it makes
Spencer kept wearing the shirt.
Okay.
He was just trolling.
Plus, Marty's like the biggest Battletoads fan.
But Marty hates them so much. He hates Battletoads.
He'd rather cut off his own pinky.
He's like, they're gross, their game is stupid, it's not fun, it's pointlessly hard. He hates the Battletoads. So we bring it up all the time. They're not wrong. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
My childhood.
Yeah.
I beat the motorcycle level like twice.
That's not possible. That's not possible.
It's impossible to beat the actual game.
I stuck to my guns because remember this time last year the arena beta for Halo 5 was going on, and I was very adamant that there would be a second beta to test the large-scale multiplayer.
I still think it's coming.
It never happened. Never happened, so no good for me there. And I also said that the Xbox One Slim would debut in fall with Halo 5. It didn't happen. In fact, one of my 2016 predictions is about the Slim. So good job, Destin, even though you're a generic. I hate you. I
also predict that Microsoft will announce a new AAA IP in 2016.
No, they're not allowed to say that. All right, so 2016 predictions. I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to start with Mitch. We'll go round robin. Just give me one, Mitch. What do you think? 2016 Xbox. What's going to happen?
Multiplayer beta for Sea of Thieves in the summer, and then release probably 2017.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think we're going to get a beta of some sorts for that game this year.
We are getting a Crackdown beta in the summer.
Yeah, that's
weird.
weird.
We get 2 betas in the summer?
Yes.
All right. I like that. I mean, summer's a good time. There's nothing else out, generally. I like the way you think.
Summer vacation?
Mm-hmm.
Assuming you're a teen or young?
Yeah, assuming...
Who's next?
Sean Finnegan.
we're going this way.
You want to go?
Yeah, I think Microsoft is going to get into the VR game with an official partnership with Oculus. They won't develop their own hardware.
So they're already doing the theater thing. Like
Right.
you can
Yeah.
watch Xbox games through your PC in a virtual theater.
They've also announced that like the Xbox One controller is like
the official
It comes
controller.
with
Yeah,
it
it's
everywhere.
bundled
controller,
with it.
yeah. I think that'll be something very similar to that, but it'll have like implementation with Windows 10 and Xbox One.
Okay.
But they've also got HoloLens. Like that seems like what they're going in on.
Right.
I don't know. Well, because like, sorry. So we're working with Xbox on Tacoma.
Yeah.
I don't have any
Which
inside
means you've got
information.
all the
It means I do not have
HoloLens
any scoops.
You would be under so NDA anyway.
No.
It wouldn't matter.
So this is me bullshitting. This is not me knowing anything. But like, maybe, I mean, would it? It seems like they might just say like you can stream Xbox One games to your PC and play them on Oculus that way.
Well, you
is
sort
that
of
not what
can.
you're saying?
That's
Yeah.
the thing I'm
Because
saying.
that kind of seems like I can imagine that being as far as it
Well,
goes,
it
as
doesn't
opposed
make
to
the-
I can like plug an Oculus into my Xbox.
Yeah, and the
One.
idea is not that the games become VR games. It's that you're literally in a fake movie theater looking at a movie screen.
Right.
It's designed to
right.
make
Okay.
it look like it's a
Right.
giant screen, Xbox through your PC, which seems weird to me, but.
Not into it at all.
So Sean, I will counter that by saying one of my predictions. I believe that I believe the Xbox will sit out the VR battle at least for this year.
Yeah, that's what I read too. Xbox AR vanishes in 2016.
I think they're gonna. If they do anything, I don't think it's going to be this year. I think they're going to, we just saw Oculus come out with a $600 thing. We'll see what PlayStation does. We'll see what Valve does with the Vive. I think Microsoft hangs back and lets these guys figure out the market first.
I mean, I feel like it would be really smart to do that. If anything, I feel like maybe Xbox is kind of like right on the tail end of the whole Kinect thing, where they were sort of like, okay, we got into Kinect because like motion was a huge thing in 2007, 8, and then it shipped with Xbox One, and they've just gotten off of the back end of like, actually, we aren't shipping that with Xbox One anymore. Yeah, and so like, it's probably real smart not to try to just get in on like the VR trend.
Spend hundreds of millions of dollars on,
so like,
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if
HoloLens is
your
so expensive,
prediction
too.
was right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the prediction I don't think is anything like heavy on the implementation. It's more just like they are smart to partner with Oculus because there's high interest and they're doing really interesting things. And I think that Microsoft will figure out a way to give Oculus devs or people who are interested in the product a way to use it that's unique to the console system or Windows 10.
The cool thing
that's
is,
all I'm saying.
at this time next year, one of us is going to get a point. Somebody is going to score a point on this. Steve, have you got an Xbox prediction for 2016?
Steve Scoops Gainer.
I mean,
up to bat.
I got no skin in the game because I don't even know if I'm going to be here to get my predictions scored next year.
We'll make sure it's
Fair
on the
point.
list.
Okay, so I might listen to this podcast a year from now and be
we'll
like,
call
you
you up.
just won.
We'll bring you back
IGN's
for the
prediction of the
2017
year.
predictions.
Okay.
You get a free Oculus Rift. What?
I mean,
can't afford that.
So I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Is this the year when the consoles are going to do like another price drop? Do you think?
For sure.
That might not be a
I
very
hope
sexy
so.
prediction, but I mean,
But I think it's logical.
Didn't both of them already have a price drop like pretty recently?
For the
Well,
holiday.
that was like
But
one-
it's
Microsoft-
stuck for Xbox.
Microsoft's official one, and then Sony's official one was more recently.
but wasn't that last holiday?
Yes.
That was like more than a
you're
year
right.
ago.
No. Well, Microsoft's?
Yeah.
It didn't become official until...
January after the... Because it was that weird thing where they announced it for the holiday.
And then they said it was over.
And then it
And
was
then they
for
were
a
like,
week.
just kidding,
Yeah.
it's for real
for right
forever.
now.
And then Sony cut it right before the Paris Games Week thing.
So are they both? Wait,
No.
is
Microsoft's
Xbox is
50
$299
less.
right now, and
$349 for PS4.
and $299 for Xbox.
I thought it was
Now?
$349 for Xbox as well.
You're right.
Yeah.
I thought they
it
were
was the
both the
sale
same
thing.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
They're both the
they're
same
both
now. I'm
$350
off.
right now.
I think so.
I don't know. I mean, again, I got no special information here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Xbox One was $299 by holiday of next year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just a guess.
Maybe
good.
Pretty
maybe
safe,
Sort
I
of
think,
like
yeah.
in conjunction with the Slim version.
Yeah,
There's the Slim
I'll just go
version, and
next.
The old
'cause-
versions are.
Yeah, I'm going to double down on my Slim thing. And I'll even get a little more detailed. I think I've mentioned this on the show before, but I think we definitely get the Slim this year. I know I said it last year, but definitely this year. And I'll go one step further. I think the Slim will be the centerpiece of a sort of marketing relaunch of Xbox One, where it'll be a new, different-looking box. It's got a brand new OS that looks and runs completely differently.
Bring back those blades.
Kinect is gone.
Give me
My
those
man.
blades.
That didn't happen.
I gotta have those blades.
I'm sorry, Steve.
No.
I have bad news. I have bad news, but yeah, I mean, new look box, new look OS, no Kinect. They'll drop the price. I agree with you. And they've got a pile of fantastic games, and they'll be adding significantly to that pile this year. I think the Slim will sort of be the centerpiece of a sort of effectively a marketing relaunch of the Xbox One. Say like, sort of, here's a do-over. This is the Xbox One. Check it out. It's amazing.
Well, I think I think that it feels to me like they've worked really hard over the last year or so to get a lot of interesting exclusives. I mean, obviously,
like
Tacoma. Listen to me talking.
Coming soon from Fulbright Studios.
But like, aside from what we were working on, like, I think there's a lot of cool stuff. It's like, oh, that's an Xbox. That's an
Cuphead.
Like, they're
Inside.
Yeah,
Oxenfree.
I'm looking forward to Oxenfree and like
Oxenfree's Xbox exclusive.
Yep.
Nice.
Xbox and PC.
Right.
But,
Right. Console.
And so yeah, I mean, I think that would totally make sense if they're sort of like, hey, since the last time you were listening, look at all these awesome exclusive games we added, and there's a slim form factor, and it's cheaper. You should totally buy it so you can play all that stuff. Like, and there's this other stuff
and
that's going to be
backwards
coming
compatibility
out.
is part of that narrative too.
So I mean, that seems to make a lot of sense to me. I could imagine that being what Microsoft would like the future to look like. You know what I mean?
It's good. I got the Steve Gaynor stamp of approval on that one.
If that comes true, I get half of that point.
Mitch Dyer, prediction number 2.
Again, I'm going to double down as well. I think this will be the year when Halo 5's DLC stuff is complete, like when all the maps are out. I think it will come to Windows 10. I think that's going to be this will be the year that I think Microsoft starts making a little bit more parity between PC and Xbox.
They just got done saying like this week that ReCore would also be coming to PC.
Also, we've spoken with Phil a bunch of times where he said like that's one of his goals is to bring more parity between PC and Xbox. But he just said that philosophically. He didn't have any examples.
Right, and they haven't done anything.
Halo Wars 2 is coming to PC simultaneously. I don't know if they've said anything about Crackdown 3, but I would suspect that's going to be that would also be a logical candidate.
I think I've been saying for a while since like last year's predictions that Quantum Break would be the one when Quantum Break was supposed to come out last year. That Quantum Break would be the first one where it's like, all right, starting now, PC and Xbox same time release for every first-party game. But
I still
like
coming to
PC.
On PC.
Has Quantum Break been announced for Windows 10, or is it
I don't
still
think
just
so. No,
only
it's just
consoles?
Xbox. Yeah. Sean?
Yeah.
Prediction number 2?
This one is just total nonsense, but I think you'll see the return of Summer of Arcade. But it won't be called Summer of Arcade. It'll be just like a seasonal, temporary, huge promotion of games you wouldn't otherwise see promoted on Xbox.
I mean,
did
digital
that
only
with the
games. Right?
You know, they had the summer spotlight this past year, so they kind of. But yeah,
But you know what I mean? Like a huge, like the Xbox version of the Steam summer or winter sales, like that, like where a bunch of games are on discount. You use your big games like Cuphead or
Inside
or Limbo
Tacoma.
or any of the other big ones to like headline and be like, hey, these are some awesome indie games.
Yeah.
Check out all these other indie games that are also awesome. They're all discounted.
So want your
thing.
prediction to be correct.
I would love that.
Also, Summer of Games is just a good name.
Totally.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said this on the show a bunch of times, but like that first week of second week of June, E3 hits. There's all this hype around the games that are being announced and just the industry in general, and everyone wants to go home and play games. And last year we had a few big releases like after and right before, but other than that, like you kind of want to just go play games because you're amped about games, and that's a really good time to be like, hey,
it's
here's
really
a $5 or
appealing
$10 game,
That would be a badass thing to do at like the E3 press show. Would just be like the summer of games. It
starts now.
Yeah. Xbox and summer of games. Like,
that would be
nice.
super cool.
I can see something like that really making.
There's something really appealing about the idea of like, oh, it's the summer, there's no games. No, just kidding. Here's 5 really great games, one a week.
And they're all like $5 or something.
Yeah, be like, hey, we've been showing you Cuphead for a while. Boom, go home and play it.
Right.
Yeah, finally.
Totally. That's what that's my second one.
Nice. I like that one. Steve, you
I
got
like
anything
it.
else? Got another one for us?
So I think that there's definitely going to be a new Battletoads game.
My man!
Marty would punch
Suck
you.
it, Marty.
Awesome.
For my third and final one, this is what I think is the easiest no-brainer prediction. I think we're finally going to get the Shadow Complex 2 announcement this year.
Ooh.
From Chair?
Chair they just re-released the original. It's coming to Xbox One and PS4. It's out now for free on PC. Why the hell would you do that unless you were trying to re-drum up interest in the franchise for a sequel?
That's a good.
I think this is the year. I'm not saying it'll be exclusive. In fact, it'd probably be silly for it to. It should, of course, be on both platforms. But I think this is the year we finally get Shadow Complex 2, which we've been waiting like 8 years for. So that's my third and final.
You don't think it'll be on the third platform, Wii U?
No. My third and final. Well, fine. If they okay, they can have it. Well, it's the NX is going to get announced probably at E3, right?
That's true.
The Wii U's not even.
You really think so? Is that an Xbox? I
That
mean,
is
not
not
an
an
Xbox
Xbox
prediction, but
Well, I don't know. That all the buzz has been
Even if the
2016
NX got
the year.
announced at E3, it probably wouldn't be out until
Till 2017.
yeah.
You think so?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think it would probably be. I think it would probably be 2017. I don't think it would be holiday.
I think because of
2016 if
Zelda
they
on
announced
Wii U,
it.
I don't think they
See,
want
I
to
think Zelda's
cloud
going to
that.
move to. Welcome to Nintendo Voice Chat.
Yeah, it'll be a Twilight Princess situation.
Well, if they just say forget the Wii U version entirely, and they've just moved it over to NX.
but they've
That
been
would be so
deading it
ice
for-
cold.
Yeah.
But it probably would be like the whole Wii GameCube thing for Twilight Princess.
Anyway. So yeah, I think This is the year 2016. Shadow Complex 2 finally becomes a real thing.
Okay.
Sean,
Oh,
you got one more?
I do. This one's about Overwatch. I think it'll be massive for Xbox One, and specifically Xbox
That's a
One.
Destin prediction.
No, okay, that's what I mean. It's like
you need to
I think that
define
there will
this.
be a AAA IP that will do great for Microsoft
So yeah,
in
I
2016.
realize that it's impossible to say like what huge means, but what I actually mean to say is that I think it'll drive console sales. Like that game.
I think you're crazy.
That's also still not quantifiable. That's not a prediction.
But like, if you see an uptick in console sales as a result of
How do you know that's the
Overwatch,
result?
Because
That's
you can-
correlation, not causation, my friend.
Still,
This is logic chat on
you can't pull any of this
IGN.com
from
right
Steve
now.
Gator.
okay, I get that. It's a little bit of a weak prediction, but
He's
I don't
calling
think
you out.
Okay,
boy.
so here's a question. Do you think there will be an Overwatch bundle?
There we go. Now that's a real man's prediction.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, his prediction is there will not be an Overwatch bundle.
Yeah,
You're
there
gonna
will
get on.
not be an Overwatch bundle.
He's
Okay,
got
bold.
98% odds of that being correct.
I think he's got 0% now. It's Overwatch bundle.
Coming soon.
No, that'll never
Scoop
happen.
skater.
Microsoft will only bundle like their exclusives with it. It's not a Microsoft
Tacoma
game
bundle,
or-
son. Yeah.
You mean like the
Overwatch-
Rainbow Six Siege bundle that just got announced?
Oh, is there really
Yeah,
a Rainbow Six?
We're gonna cover
bundle?
that.
Is,
Oh,
is
there you go.
is Overwatch not an Xbox One exclusive?
No,
Console
It's on
exclusive?
every. It's on.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
on,
All
it's on
right,
consoles.
all right. Well, then
and
you're
it's
right
also
that
a
it won't.
it's also a primarily PC game.
Yeah.
But what I mean is like
Yeah.
the announcement of it coming to consoles was really huge because it's Blizzard's like first major foray onto the console platforms.
Wrong. Diablo 3.
But it was
First
like
major,
that came
major,
so
like-
late. This is like day and date
Yeah,
PC
for
and
sure.
console.
That is
And that was like that's like the expansion version, like the Ultimate
After
Evil
Evil.
collection was Reaper
Yeah.
of Souls with the
Right.
extra
Yeah.
act and stuff. Like, and
Okay,
it's
well then predict a bundle. Quantum Break bundle.
But that's so like
that's-
because there's gonna be a Gears 4
Gear-
bundle.
yeah,
like,
Gears-
that's
Gears
so,
4
bundle.
That's so obvious.
you'll probably see a Quantum Break bundle.
Oh, that's a prediction because nope, that ain't happening.
Well,
think so?
predict it. Predict it.
I want an
Give me something,
Overwatch
Sean.
prediction though.
Oh,
All right, give me
okay.
an-
Okay, all right, so, can you?
How about you wanna-
Master Chief skins in Overwatch. Come on, Sean, we're handing these to you.
I think
We're running out of
hold on,
show.
let's be a little bit more specific. I think
It's an hour and 20 minutes of this.
I
Jesus,
think-
we haven't even got to the news.
Overwatch will
Sorry.
bring a rejuvenated esports interest on Xbox.
No way.
Can't quantify
No.
that. That's not a prediction.
If you see it in like MLG or some shit, then totally.
Okay,
I
are
don't
you gonna
think
say
you will.
Overwatch on Xbox One is gonna be an MLG? That's a prediction.
No, it will not,
Well-
because MLG does not exist anymore.
Activision just
Or
bought
whatever,
MLG.
yeah.
We'll cover that.
Activision Blizzard.
Yeah,
They own MLG.
Synergy.
They own the game.
they'll put it in there. It'll only be Activision Blizzard. games.
Steveception.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's a pretty good prediction.
All right.
I mean, maybe
Fine,
it's, you guys
whatever.
don't think it's a
I
good
don't know.
prediction. It's fine.
I just want to get out of
I,
here.
know, I don't even care anymore. All right, those are our Xbox predictions for 2016. Send yours in. Unlocked at IGN.com. Maybe we'll read some on next week's show. In the event we don't completely forget, which is entirely possible.